Hello, my name is Jason O, and welcome to my episode recap for the first episode of Gakkou Gurashi, or School Live. First episode is titled Beginning. And so this anime series is pretty much mind-blowing, especially going in right the first episode. We are introduced to Yuki and her four friends actually, in Risan, Miki-kun, and Kurumi, also Megune as well, also their dog, in Taromaru. And this anime, I knew the premise of the anime would come in, where it was four friends basically surviving the zombie apocalypse. They have to live in the school in order to survive it. I was curious on how they're going to execute this show. I mean, look at the characters and their character designs. I knew this would be sort of comedic, sort of slice of life, but also we're introducing zombies as well. And so are we going a little bit horror in this as well? And so I thought it'd be a horror comedy kind of thing here. Lots of comedy, lots of moe stuff we saw, but the final end of the episode was really shocking to me. I was not sure how they're going to execute this sort of premise. I wasn't really expecting what was going to happen. I mean, definitely the first episode right away, at least the first moments of the first episode at least, was very comedic, and we are introduced to Yuki, who is very upbeat, very positive, a lot more positive, especially in the end of the episode, where basically she is just living life in school. Their whole resource room is renamed bedroom. They have a school living club where they just live in school, where they are examples, as they call themselves, to the students of the school, introducing leadership, being resourceful, self-independence, all the things that you kind of need to be in the zombie apocalypse. So it all makes sense there, and it seems like her friends are coping with her in a way that she is trying to cope. She's trying to imagine a whole world where school is still going on, but she's still living in school at the same time. And basically, if you have already seen the episode, I'm going to spoil it right away as I do these episode recaps, but still at the end of Gakkou Gurashi, basically we are revealed that the whole school has turned into zombies except these four girls, and probably five. I think Megune is included within this, as well as the fifth girl who has survived the zombie apocalypse. Basically, Yuki has imagined this whole world because she has not yet coped with the zombie apocalypse, or at least this is her way of coping with the zombie apocalypse, because just the shock of losing her friends so suddenly has just destroyed her, and she is thinking about this so positively that she is pretty much talking to herself essentially, and it kind of makes sense, seeing all these Easter eggs, all these weird things that are going on. I mean, first we see some weird writing in the classroom, very weird, ominous things that are being said there. I mean, even one of the friends, Mikun, she is reading a Stephen King book. I thought it was a little fun thing there. It's like, Stephen King. But still, it really showed at the end of the episode why they showed that Easter egg there. And one of the other friends in, I think, Risan, actually no, Kurumi, she's the one who carries a shovel everywhere. She talks about casualties, kill ratios, and all that. Risan is sort of the leader of the group, I would say. Also a yandere character as well. And she's sort of the leader. She cooks for everyone, and they have breakfast in the first episode where they pretty much eat spaghetti, and it's a very weird breakfast choice. Kind of makes sense after seeing the end of the episode, where that's pretty much all they can eat in the zombie apocalypse. They do have like a crop garden on top of the roof, but there's also a grave in there as well, and so I'm really curious on who that person is. But definitely there's some overhead shots of like sort of students walking as the zombies, but it's very vague, just real little things here and there, just some overhead shots. There are also some shots of the desk barricade that we have seen keeping the zombies out, but also keeping themselves in. And also we see shattered glass through the windows. I mean, even Yuki closes one of the windows, not even realizing that this glass is already broken on that window. And so she's very upbeat, very positive kind of character. However, we see that Mikun isn't really fond of that. She's very concerned for her senpai, because obviously, she is seeing what's actually going on around her compared to Yuki's little imagination land that she's having in this episode, and probably throughout the rest of the season, it looks like, especially with the episode preview for the second episode. And so really curious on how this series will play out, because it seems like Mikun is the one who's very concerned for her friend. Kurumi looks like she's on a breaking point of trying to snap Yuki out. Maybe she'll have some sort of confrontation with Yuki, saying, snap out of it, look what's going on around you. Risa, of course, as a yandere character, looks like, she's trying to look out for the best for everyone, trying to protect everyone everyone as sort of like a motherly type of figure, or at least an older sister type of figure. That's what it looks like we have here. Megune, she's like a student council president, I believe, and so we don't really know much from her. I mean, just get a little bit of things from the middle of the episode, at least, well, actually the beginning and the end of the episode. We mostly see her, and so I think she's also one of the characters in this little group that they have. And Toromalu is the dog who can much open doors, and so obviously that's gonna be a big thing, maybe, or just that's something for the first episode, I guess. But everything else makes sense with Mikun sort of just barging in anytime she wants, you know, just yelling out while class is going on, at least when class is going on. But it's only when Yuki tells her that class is going on that Mikun sort of plays along with her, and she is probably the main person that's playing along with her in this little fantasy that she's having. And so I can see why it's troubling for Mikun, seeing one of her good friends, you know, sort of struggling with reality and sort of playing up imagination land in her own head because of the sudden thing that has happened, because we see the classroom is all bloodied up, the desks are everywhere, the collar that one of her friends was wearing is on the ground as well, and so lots of crazy things that must have happened in just an instant. And so it kind of makes sense why Yuki is coping in this sort of way. I mean, even Yuki, she describes the school as a weird place, you know, so like, sort of like its own country, and so it kind of is their own country because it seems like they're stuck there for a while, because not even just a shovel can defeat all those zombies that are outside waiting for them. Even there's some waiting outside that desk barricade as well, and so they're doing their best. I mean, they have a vegetable garden on top of the roof, and so definitely there's some places in the school where they can roam around, at least for Yuki to roam around for her own little fantasy. And so again, very curious on how the rest of the season will play out, because I'm not sure how long we can go along with this sort of first half moe type while the end is sort of showing reality. I'm very curious on how long we're going to play that out, and so definitely a very interesting first episode, mind-blowing, and so hopefully they continue with this momentum that they have and continue on with some pretty interesting things that they can do for the rest of the season. And so for rating, I'm probably going to give this episode a 7 out of 10. Definitely the first half, and mostly the majority, 3/4 of the episode, wasn't really it for me. I wasn't really too much into this. I know there's a zombie apocalypse, so I wasn't really sure what was going on half the time, because there's just moe stuff that was happening. Definitely the Easter eggs kind of make more sense once you know the twist. I mean, along the way, you kind of see it, but other than that, you don't really make much of it. It's like, oh, I noticed that there, but what's that purpose? You know, are we just sort of at the beginning of the zombie apocalypse? Will it just happen at some point in the season? But nope, right away it's already happened, and we're just playing up a fantasy for Yuki. And so definitely that end of the episode really helped out this episode a lot, and really engages me more for this anime series. And so again, hopefully they keep this going for the rest of the season, because I would love to see how the characters react to Yuki even more, and whether there'll be some sort of breaking points within the girls. There's sort of the group, the little clique that they have, because eventually I'm sure one of them will snap. Kurumi will snap at Yuki to sort of realize what's going on around them. What did you guys think about this episode? Don't forget to put your thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below on Gakkou Gurashi Episode 1, Beginning. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Like this video, share it, do all that stuff there. Thank you for watching my episode recap for Episode 1 of Gakkou Gurashi, School Live, Beginning. Hope you guys have a nice day. Bye-bye.